All right, join likers and subscribers. Hit that thumbs up button, be a liker. Be really cool if you were a subscriber as well, so go ahead and click on that button too. Platinum X here with MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries. So I just finished up a mission here for Merrick against some pirates. I kind of wanted to get down here to do this mission, this quest line for Magistry of Canopus. Magistry of Canopus is a subsidiary of Peripheral Realms, which are the outlying systems that are not actually governed by any particular house. So you have several different factions within Periphery Realms, Outworld Alliances, Taurian Concordant, and Magistry of Canopus, and then of course Peripheral Realms. So that basically, like I was saying, is the outlying systems. All these systems outside the colored area is basically what is referred to as the Peripheral Realms. So this quest line down here is for the Magistry of Canopus. I was hoping to get some faction standing with the Magistry before getting into that quest line. There is a reward. It's a quest line, so there's several missions involved. But the reward is not only 1,000,000 sea bills, but a warhammer. I already have one. Actually, I've got two warhammers, two different variants. The one I'm using, and the one that's been cored, meaning Cord is just a reference I use when dealing with a mech that has its center torso destroyed. The center torso is the most expensive repair because it's the engine. So the mech, the Warhammer that I have in cold storage is one that I would rather not repair because it's been cored. As you can see, the center torso is not there. So again, it'd be over 1,000,000 sea bills to repair it. Whereas I already have a different variant, and the only difference really in these two variants are the other one has two machine guns, this one doesn't. So you're like, well, that means this one's better, right? Yes, right. So I would love to repair it because it's got the two machine guns. But that does take away from the tonnage. You got two machine guns that weigh a half ton each, so there's 1 ton, and then of course you need ammo, so there's at least half a ton, maybe another ton of ammo. So there's 1.5 to 2 tons. Let's just go ahead and say 2 tons because what's the point of having two machine guns if you're just going to run around with half a ton of ammo? So there's 2 tons right there for those machine guns. Which would take away from heat sinks, which, considering this variant that I'm using, does not have those machine guns. That means I'm able to have 2 more, in this case, double heat sinks, or 2 more heat sinks, but in my case, 4 more heat sinks because they're doubles. But as you can see here, even with these doubles there, I have room for those machine guns. But again, the 2 tons means the 2 tons for the machine guns means I would be 2 less heat sinks. So if I wasn't running doubles, it creates a heat issue. Since I'm running doubles, honestly, I could actually use the machine guns. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially if I drop these singles and put more doubles. You know, I've got room here in the arms to put doubles. I really don't like putting valuable things on arms because arms are the weakest part of the body and often enough get blown off. They're usually the first thing to get blown off of a mech is the arms. So, but I guess actually the weakest, considering we're talking about a heavy, is the head. But again, a lot of times it's hard to hit the head, and the computer doesn't consistently hit the head. Usually the head is hit by ammo spread in regards to missiles that spread, or lasers that kind of can burn across not just damage, not all just staying in one location. But anyway, beside the point. So I'm okay with this variant. It doesn't have the machine guns, but again, I'm able to have enough heat sinks using the doubles. That it's more heat manageable than having those machine guns with less heat sinks. So something to think about there. But again, I believe that quest reward Warhammer is the same variant down here that has the machine guns. They're going back to that mission. Again, it's for Magistry of Canopus. Commander, I hope this message finds you well. A former Free Worlds League aligned mercenary company. Well, actually, I don't want to read it, considering I'm not doing it right now. I would prefer to get my faction standing a little higher with them before going in there. That way I've got points to actually get some salvage while doing these missions. Because as you can see, it's a pirate organization. So I'm all for stomping the heads or tearing the heads off of pirate mechs. Here's a list of potential mechs. There's a couple of heavies that I wouldn't mind, like that quick draw is a heavy, 60-ton heavy, and it's common. So there's a good chance I'll come across a quick draw and can get it. Say if I've got enough salvage points, be able to get me a quick draw. And then there's a couple of more. There's one assault, but it says it's rare. There's another heavy that's very rare, and then two more heavies that are common. So again, there's salvage potential here, is why I would like to get more points before getting started on that. So in the meantime, the campaign is eventually going to take me over here. I'm still Reputation 8, and since First Strike, which took place over here, since I finished First Strike, or it might have been over here. It's one of the, I think it was here. Or, hell, it might even been over here. It was one of these Liao Davian kind of border territories or conflict zones is where First Strike took place. That was the last campaign, like story mission. And so I think I was still Reputation 7 when I did that. I've since got Reputation 8, but no new chapter. So maybe when I hit Reputation 9, which right now I'm a little more than halfway to 9. So once I hit Reputation 9, maybe the next campaign storyline mission will appear. And I'm not sure, it should be over here. But again, I thought that last time, and then First Strike popped up down here. I was up here, and then had to come back down here. So I can't remember exactly if the next one is all the way over here. But if it is, I'm kind of already headed that way. But I would rather not be up here and then go all the way back down here before going up here. Anyway, just saying. But I'm going to go ahead and jump up here because there's an independent against pirates. There's a lot of pirate missions up here. Merrick against pirates. So this gives me an opportunity to increase my Merrick faction standing, killing pirates, not attacking some other house or the independents, which I'm trying to keep good standings with. Liao, I don't care. Like I'm already sworn enemy with House Liao. But I haven't encountered any of Merrick versus Liao, or I have. Those are the missions I've been doing basically. Is Merrick versus Liao or Merrick versus pirates. So I kind of came in through this way, and I'm up here. I haven't been over to this one yet, but all of these are 9. All these locations are Reputation 9. That one's 8. This one's 9. So all three of these are Reputation 9. This one up here is 13 to 14. This is where you're, going on missions that have a 400 limit drop. Now you can go over the limit, but what it does is it reduces your salvage points. But you can't go over 100 because, you can't go over 400 because there's no such thing as a mech over 100 tons. 100 tons is the heaviest mech. And you can only take four with you. So 400 is the absolute max you can drop into combat, into a scenario. And when you talk about these Reputation 13 and 14 this area right here, you're talking like 400 drop weight. I don't even have one assault mech. I'm not about to go into that territory where I'll be encountering just lots of assault mechs. So, having said that, we're going to go over here and fight some pirates. Independence versus pirate right there. Alright, so first thing I need to do is get up here into this area right here, because I've got some more mechs I need to pull out of cold storage and get fixed up. I got a rifleman in cold storage I need to get fixed up to go on some of these multiple missions. You need multiple mechs. You need at least 2 lances, preferably 3. So I prefer to have at least 12 mechs to go on these multiple missions.
You're ready to stop wasting my time?
All right.
Ready for action.
No decent pilots, shitty pilots, don't care. No, I don't.
Wasting my time.
You wasted my time by talking to me. I don't give 2 fucking shits to hire you, so shut the hell up. All right, anyway. Sorry, excuse me, I'm just, See, there's a quick draw right there. They're not a heavy hitter. I mean, but they are fast for an assault mech, or no, I'm sorry, they're a heavy mech. Which actually, it's really not. So, it's got jump jets though. It's a heavy mech with jump jets. So I don't particularly care for this variant from the looks of it. It has 5 medium lasers. That's not with 1 missile rack, either a small or medium missile rack. SRM4 is going to fit in a small, but that could be a medium. Actually, considering its center torso, it's small. It's a small. So you can either put an SRM2 or 4 in a small, or a LRM5 in smalls. So it's really not. I mean, it's not. Oh wait, no. It does have 6. I thought 5 was an odd number, but there's a destroyed one down there at the bottom, in the red there. So it actually does have 6 medium lasers. So that makes more sense. Looks like, I guess, 3 in each torso. Or no, probably 2 in each torso and 1 on each arm. Yeah, that's what it is. 2 medium lasers in each torso, and then 1 on each arm. Which is cool, because the 1 on each arm gives you a double blast with the arm, like, reach, so that you can hit those, like, helicopters up in the air above you. Your torso can't do that. So it's kind of a decent setup. 6 medium lasers is enough to actually, rip some heads off with. And then combined with the missile rack in the center torso there, the 4 rack. So it's not too bad, but it's not like anything to, like, get crazy about. Okay. Equipment. We got some small lasers here. I'm going to buy these small lasers. Now, for melee weapons, you have to have a mech that is a variant specifically for melee weapons, meaning it has a hard point for the weapon. Chassis size, this medium lance is for a medium mech. It says hard point size large. So basically, mechs, it's all about tonnage. Okay, so if it's a medium mech, the heaviest medium is a 55-ton mech. Well, a 55-ton mech, it can't just go over and pick up a melee weapon. It has to have a hard point for the melee weapon to take the tonnage into consideration. Now you're wondering, well, why can't it? well, you know, it just, you know, you can't, okay? It's just, you know, I'm not the one that made the game, all right? But again, it's just, it's factored into the tonnage of the mech. So as that variant that's used for melee weapons, it's sacrificing something in order to make up the tonnage, you know, for the you know, weapon. So it might have, you know, less weapons or maybe a slower speed, stuff like that. Because speed is all about the engine that it has. All right, so most of these now hammer fists are they fit onto barreled like arms that are guns, like the Warhammer, for example. Both of its arms are an energy weapon, so it doesn't have any hands. So that's what these hammer fists are for, is some kind of like reinforcement for the barrel to allow it to do more melee damage. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up this hammer fist. There's one for assault mechs as well. I'm not going to pick up any of these melee weapons because, well, I don't even have any melee mechs yet. And melee weapons do massive damage. But, of course, you have to be, you know, in melee range. Okay, I already looked at everything here. Okay, so there's really nothing here that I care about. And I'm not flying around all of these locations looking for more. I'm ready just to repair these mechs. Which there's a rifleman in here I still haven't fixed up. Alright, so this right here, this rifleman gives me 8 mechs. I'm okay with going on those multiple missions with 8 mechs. I just need to repair them. All of my mechs are maxed armor. I do not put a mech on the battlefield that is not fully armored. Now, with the exception of, if you look at the tonnage there, 35.43 tons. Well, I mean, I do balance. I don't ever put one in. Well, I mean, I'm not going to say ever, because sometimes you just can't get it to balance. Very rare, but there's a few variants that just you can't get it to balance without going really low to even it out. And when I say even it out, I'm talking about the nearest half ton. So, and that's what we're going to do here, is get this thing to, and I shouldn't even say the nearest half ton, I'm rounding it down to, again, an even tonnage. Again, that means, when I say even, again, that is factoring in half tonnage, because you can always make up a half ton either in ammo or trying to think of something else. Might be small energy are half tons, machine guns are half tons, ammo you can get half tons. So again, there's ways to balance it out with by the half ton. But in this case, we're on an even tonnage. I'm going to throw a large laser. Actually, probably not. Probably going to go medium lasers. Because here's the thing. Here we have 2 AC5s. Now, if you look, I'm already over tonnage with 0 heat sinks, 0 ammo, and 2 available slots left. So what we're going to do is we're going to change these large lasers to medium lasers. So now I've got 4 medium lasers, 2 AC5s, And then that gives us 5 heat sinks. AC5s don't really generate that much heat, so 5 heat sinks should be plenty for 4 medium lasers. So this is actually a good build for this mech. I mean, it's not a heavy hitter, but it's, you know, a good support mech. You can take out vehicles really easy with this thing, helicopters, either an AC or a double medium laser blast. So what I would do is group my 2 medium lasers on the arms as one button. That would be like my number 1 right trigger button. Then the AC5, or I take that back. I would put each of the AC5s on the triggers. The right arm on the right trigger, left arm on the left trigger. Then the right bumper would be the 2 arm lasers, and then the left bumper would be the 2 torso lasers. You want to group the 2 arms together because the arm has a much wider range of motion, so you can hit those helicopters that are directly above you. Versus your torso cannot like angle up that high. So it's great to have those 2 medium lasers on the arms to take out those things, you know, that's in a more you got a wider range of I keep wanting to say range of vision, but range of motion. And then the torsos are for things like the turrets that are on the ground in front of you, tanks. So again, that's a great way to, you know, set up your weapon groups. Each of the AC5s on a trigger, one on 1, the other one on 2. Your arms on 3, or your arm medium lasers on 3, and your torso medium lasers on 4. That's a perfect weapon group setup, which I can go ahead and do that right now. I'm not sure I can do it from this. I might have to go ahead and finish the, let me go ahead and finish the work order here. Okay, so 56 is 16, no, 14. 14 and 42. Again, my general rule of thumb is you divide the armor by 4 on the torsos. You got 3 parts on the front and the other quarter on the rear. So the front should be 3 times what the rear is. I had a friend whose strategy was to put more armor in the rear because he kept shooting his own pilots in the back. And I'm like, yeah, that's not a good strategy, dude. And, you know, hey, shocker, he kept getting destroyed on the battlefield because he didn't have enough armor in the front. And then the center torso, well, that's even, 20 and 60. Now, I don't ever take armor out of the arms when there's weapons on the arms. You want to keep those arms fully armored. The head, fully armored. Center torso, fully armored. I mean, basically, I've got everything fully armored. I take the armor out of the legs. The legs are the second heaviest armor. Center torso being the most at 60 on the front. I got 49 on each leg. Each torso has 42 on the front. So as you can see, that's why I take to balance out the armor. When I'm trying to max it out, then balance it down to the nearest half ton. I normally take it out of the legs. Now, if I've got an arm with no weapon on it, then I'll take it out of the arm because I don't care if it gets blowed off because, well, there's nothing on it. You know what I'm saying? You understand? Very simple kind of just the general rule of thumb I use when configuring my mechs. Now, I just realized something. 3 heat sinks should still be enough with, again, because AC5s don't generate that much heat. 0.475. Again, AC5s don't generate a whole lot of heat. The medium lasers, on the other hand, generate 2.138, and I've got 4 of them. So really, it's the medium lasers are why I need these heat sinks. 3 should be okay. I mean, there might be, if I'm firing all weapons non-stop, there's going to be heat. My heat's going to be up. I'm going to have to wait for the heat to go down. But what I almost did was forgot to put ammo on the mech. I'm going to put a ton for each gun. And the reason I'm putting them in the leg is because of, well, again, the leg is the second heaviest armor. And you don't want to put ammo in the center torso, because once the structure is exposed, any hit you take to the structure has a chance at damaging or destroying any components there. If you have ammo there, it can then blow up. So you don't want to put ammo in your center torso, because if it gets ignited, and there'll be a time your computer will say ammo explosion detection or ammo detonation detection, something like that. You'll get a detection notice before it actually blows up. If it's in your center torso, you're toast. Because when that ammo blows up, it's going to take out your center torso and shut down your mech, destroy your mech. If it's in a leg, same thing can happen. It can blow off the leg, but again, legs are heavy armored and they're less likely to be targeted, you know what I mean? It does happen, but, and you got two legs. You got to take both legs off to destroy the mech. So it might not be a good idea to put ammo in both legs. I can put both of these in the same leg, but I'm taking the risk, one in each leg. It's kind of like the don't put all your eggs in one basket type of situation. And I don't really like putting ammo in arms, because again, arms are usually the first to go. And I would rather not help my enemy out by letting them ignite the ammo and go ahead and let the ammo explosion finish blowing off the arm for them. You know what I mean? So they're going to blow my arm off. They're going to have to earn it and do it, complete the job. No, I don't like letting the ammo do it for them. Torsos. Put ammo in torsos. This is the most common place to put ammo. But again, if the ammo blows up, the whole torso goes with it and the arm attached to it. So that's why not all the time, but a good amount of a good number of times I do go ahead and put the ammo in the legs. Don't ever put it in the head. An ammo explosion not only take the head off but kill the pilot with it. All right, so enough about that. This mech is ready to go. I meant to show you each ton of ammo for AC5s is 80 rounds. So that means I have 160 shots. That's honestly, for an AC5, it's got a high rate of fire. I would prefer to have more. I would literally rather have like 3.5 tons of ammo. That would be 200 rounds. That'd be 100 rounds each. But I'm not about to sacrifice 2 more heat sinks. So actually, if I was to put 2 doubles, I could then do another ton of ammo. Have 3 tons of ammo. That'd be 106 or 240. Wait, hang on. No. I added that up wrong. 160 for 2.5 tons would be 200 rounds, not 3. Not 3. I said 3.5. 2.5 tons would be 200 rounds. So 300 round, 3 tons of ammo would be 240 rounds. So if I put double heat sinks, I've got the heat sinks to do it. I could put a double heat sink in each one of these torsos and then take that heat sink off and do another ton of ammo. But I'm not actually going to be piloting this mech myself. And 160 rounds, 80 each, should be plenty unless it's like a long mission, like one of those war zone missions where the enemies just keep coming and you're going for bonus credits. You should probably get more ammo then. But anyway, enough. Let's go ahead and finish this mech up. Alright, so as you can see, I just fully repaired this mech. that I took out with a headshot for not even 500,000. But that included all the refits, the armor, you know, taking the stuff, you know, putting all those components on it, not just the repairs. I think it was mostly the armor that added all that extra value, because the cockpit itself for taking out the headshot is 250,000. So everything else didn't even cost even 200,000 more. So once again, I've got a fully repaired, fully equipped, heavy 60-ton mech for not even 500,000. Now what we need to do is paint this sucker. Apply my mercenary company paint job. And then weapon groups. See, you can do weapon groups right here instead of waiting until you get into the mission, which you can do it from the mission, which I normally do and have done in videos. But you can go ahead and do it right here. Like I said, I put each of the AC5s. Now I prefer to do it from inside the mission. That way I can coordinate the left arm, because I can't, it doesn't say left or right. It just says, you know, 2 AC5s. It doesn't tell you which arm they're on. So once I get in the mission, if this is backwards, I'll then have to flop it, because I prefer to have the right arm on the right trigger and the left arm on the left trigger. And then again, now this does show you. This right here, the icon on the left there, this right here tells me that these two medium lasers are the ones on the arms. So I'm going to put those on 3, and then the turret ones I'm going to put on 4. Actually, I take that back. Let me flop those back over. I'm going to have the arms on 3. No. No, I had that right the first time. Yeah. So the arms on 3. Wait. No. I did have it. That is the way I wanted it. Oh, dang it! Those are the torso. That's okay. Boy, I'm not stoned. I swear. Like, I haven't smoked, and I don't even know how long. It's been months. Okay, and it's been years since I drank. All right, that's the way I want it, right there. I think. I don't know. But anyway, like I said, I normally prefer to do this from in the mission. That way I can kind of coordinate it with, you know, the button, like I said, with the arms between the right and the left. But anyway, for right now, I'm going to go ahead and set it up that way. And then, but I mean, I most likely won't even be using this mech myself. I'm either going to be using the Warhammer or the Thunderbolt. Okay, so I am ready now to go back in. Now I could pull out the Warhammer, the other Warhammer I've got. I mean, I do have some other, like Kentaro, Griffin, I mean, Hunchback. I've got 2 Vindicators and a Wolverine. I mean, I've got other mediums. So, I mean, I've totally have 3 Trebuchets. Well, actually 4. I've already got one in my inventory. I mean, I've got plenty of mechs to do those multiple missions, but I don't really feel like messing with those other ones. And then this one right here, because the center torso is destroyed, the engine and gyro repair, that's for the center torso. Over 2 million. So I said $1 million earlier. It's going to take me over 2 million just to repair it. And I haven't even, like, and that doesn't include, which it doesn't really cost that much to, like, equip it. Like, you know, because it's stripped right now, having been in my cold storage. But that's why this thing's sitting in cold storage, because I'm really not wanting to pay that repair bill. Especially considering I took the head off of this thing and repaired it for less than 500,000. Same tonnage. They're both 60-ton mechs. Oh wait, no. The Warhammer's a 70-ton mech. The Rifleman's a 60-ton mech. But see, that's the thing. It could be a 100-ton mech. You rip the head off, same repair bill. Unless you totally rip the shit out of the armor as well. But yeah, so it doesn't matter what size mech it is. A cockpit, when you take the head off, it's the cockpit that you're replacing. 250,000, regardless of what size mech it is. Which means light mech, sometimes it's easy, it's cheaper to take their legs off. Anyway, okay, so enough about that. I spent enough time going over. We're at 35 minutes here just talking about that. And now we're going to go ahead. Now this Beachhead mission, this means artillery. So you do not want slow mechs. Heavies are fast enough. As long as it's going like above, like as long as it's going in the 60s, most of your medium mechs have that 64.8 speed. That's enough to avoid the artillery strikes. Any slower than that, because like an Atlas, for example, is a 100-ton mech, an assault mech. It only goes at 48. That one, it's really hard to avoid. I mean, it can be done, but it's a lot harder to avoid the artillery strikes than a slower mech. But at least, you know, as long as you got that 64.8 or higher, you should be okay. Clear the area of opposition forces and capture the target to clear the way for Allied forces for the landing operation. See what kind of salvage we're getting. Ooh, 42. Absolutely. That's assault mech. That's assault mech value right there. Perfect. And that was all of our points. Yeah, we only had 7 points. All in salvage, 42. That's perfect. That is assault mech value. So great, and with 270, I'm already set up, ready to go for this. Perfect.
We are the vanguard for an imminent invasion of the area. Your job is to eliminate any defending forces and capture the enemy fortification. Once you've destroyed the radar dishes directing the anti-aircraft fire, our employer promises to land a few extra units to help you out.
We have unidentified bottlenecks on screen. Assume they are hostile and engage.
Alright, so the first target, well, the garrison, the target is the garrison. We got to capture that base. But the optional, destroy the satellite uplinks, don't think of it as optional, okay? Destroy the satellite uplinks. I don't think you can get reinforcements until you destroy those. Once you destroy those, you'll get some assistance from, I mean, this is for House Merrick. Our employer is House Merrick. So once we take out those uplinks, House Merrick will then be able to land, you know, bring in a drop ship to drop some forces in to aid in the fight. Now, there's no artillery. A lot of times these beachhead missions have artillery strikes right from the get-go. As soon as you step off, artillery strikes will start, you know, coming in. There's no artillery strikes yet.
Requested target ID received. Engaging.
But we could get, I mean, we could still wind up having artillery. I mean, most of the time there's artillery. I mean, I said it before even. There they are, boom. See the artillery now? That's those red icons there. See the guns? Yeah, so it's very rare to even start these missions without artillery coming in. But then at some point during the mission, if they don't start right away, at some point during the mission they probably will start. And just because I just destroyed those two doesn't mean that was all of them. Alright, now basically I got too close. I wasn't paying attention and got too close to the base. So I'm already at that base that we got to capture. Ooh, is that a Marauder? Oh, I love Marauders. I want that Marauder. It's hard to get the cockpit on these. It's hard to get the headshot. Oh shit, oh, that's not cool. Not fucking, he just double blasted me with PPC. Okay, he ejected. I blew the shit out of that thing. Got my Warhammer blowed up too. That was not good. Now I got missiles coming in. That's not cool.
Engaging with Lance.
We're on your target, Commander. Copy, we're on it, sir. My kill.
Combat vehicle rolling in. Be sure to take it apart.
Enemy forces have destroyed our defenses. All forces in the area.
Alright, now that the last defender is taken out, you see the blue ring around the base.
Garrison units.
You have to be within the blue ring to capture
Keep the
it.
base clear of any additional hostiles while
But
we
once
take
you
control.
capture it, it will trigger the like final wave of the assault.
Enemy aircraft inbound.
And
You've got
I'm not.
incoming.
I want to destroy all these satellite uplinks before that happens. So again, I wasn't really paying attention and got too close to that base. I didn't mean to. I meant to get all of the uplinks first before the base.
Guess there was more enemy artillery than we thought. Watch
See,
out.
now the artillery strikes are coming in.
Enemy destroyed.
New target overlap. Target acquired.
Coordinated fire on requested target. Target down.
Target destroyed.
Focusing our fire on target.
Target destroyed.
Don't pay attention to me. Already blew off its main gun. Whoa.
Heat critical.
Focusing the shared
Vindicator
target.
over there.
Radar dish down.
Priority target acknowledged, Commander.
Target acquired.
Targeted and moving in.
Acquired.
You want to make sure you stay in motion with artillery strikes, because again, as long as you're going that 60 and above speed, you should be able to avoid the artillery strikes, but you got to make sure you remain in motion. Don't like you want to wait till the artillery strike hits before stopping to get this loot. Let me get back into motion.
Our munitions can be restocked.
acquired.
How could she do this?
Target destroyed.
Enemy radar dish destroyed.
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Oh crap, my arm is exposed.
We're on your target, Commander.
Target acquired.
Enemy mech down. I got it.
Target destroyed. Target acquired.
They've gotten organized. Expect a large attack very soon.
Here comes the large attack.
Target destroyed.
I think the base, maybe it was the base. Like capturing the base might be what brings in reinforcement.
Target acquired.
Coordinating our attack.
Target destroyed.
Those are all helicopter airships.
Requested target. Enemy eliminated.
Not cool, not cool, not cool. Jump on my off.
Fire
Alright,
once
good.
this area cleared of all tanks.
Target acquired.
Wilco, focusing fire.
Target destroyed.
I've executed this pretty poorly. Again, I got too close to that base. I wasn't paying attention as far as making a clean sweep of these, like kind of looking at the map to see what path I needed to take out all these uplinks. So I handled this very inefficiently.
Enemy radar capability has been disabled.
Alright.
Anti-aircraft guns are now offline.
Alright, so
Support
that
dropships
took
will
out
now be able
the...
to land.
Yeah, so there we go. So now we got a dropship bringing in some allies.
Acquired.
So it was the
Wilco,
uplink
focusing fire.
making that possible. Now what I'll do is when I go in here and capture this base, there's going to be another wave of enemies. So I want to make sure...
I've been informed that support is on its way. Let's hope they make it.
Alpha 1-1, this is Whiskey 6-1. Thanks for clearing out that AA
I
installation.
want to make sure my allies are on the
We're on our
ground.
way in. Stand by 2 mics. Whiskey
You see the
6-1.
blue icon over there off the side of the screen? Alright, so they're dropping now. They just touched down. There's one more enemy out there.
Target acquired.
We've got your target, Commander.
Alright, now we can go capture the base. Now, yep. So there's still one anti-aircraft gun, or not anti-aircraft, but artillery gun over this way. If you look at the map, see it? See, it only shows up when it fires. So I can go ahead and take out that artillery. Again, I handled this very inefficiently. Now my allies are kind of like sticking with me, following me around. Again, as long as you keep moving, you should be able to avoid the artillery strikes. Now the only time that 60, over 60 speed that you might have a little bit of trouble is when there's a bunch of artillery and they all fire at the same time, and they'll cluster. To where sometimes when they're clustered, you might have a difficult time evading them all.
Target acquired.
Artillery
All right.
garrison destroyed.
All artillery is down. Alright, now let's get to that base and capture it.
That will make the invasion
There's
much
a
easier.
Zeus. That's an assault mech. 80-ton assault mech. The Thunderbolt looks so small. This Warhammer is so much taller than that Thunderbolt. And there's only a 5-ton difference between them. But you really don't want artillery firing at you while you're trying to capture this base, because you'll have to keep moving rather than just, you know, come into a standstill. Now this is a big enough and open enough base, you could just keep moving. I mean, there's a lot of open area right here. Not all bases aren't always like this. This one's got a lot of open area. So, I mean, you could come in here with artillery still operating and keep moving.
All stations, this is Sierra 1-1. Be advised, we've just completed re-entry.
But capturing the base is the primary objective. A lot of times after you capture it, though, there'll be like a final wave of enemies before the mission is completed. So you really don't have to do all the other stuff. I just prefer to do the other stuff before capturing the base. Okay, so we made over... Oh my god. Oh my god, dude. Are you kidding me? Unbelievable. It just dawned on me. I have 42 salvage points. And the only mechs I came across were urban mechs. Oh man, that pisses me off. Oh wait, no, I got the Marauder. I forgot about the Marauder, and there was a couple of Vindicators too. Alright, perfect then. I got a Marauder. I love Marauders, except for it's going to be a hefty repair bill because I took out the center torso. I almost got the head, but wound up killing the center. It's hard to get the heads on those. Perfect. So I got a Marauder. It's going to be a hefty repair bill, but I love Marauders. 75-ton mech. That'll actually be my heaviest mech. And my preferred, like I prefer the Marauder over anything else I've got right now. Love Marauders. It's just a perfect setup. And the Marauder 2 is a 100-ton version. That's my favorite mech. Like, I love them. Anyway, so this is perfect then. That worked out great. And I've even got some extra salvage points for this other stuff. Dude, there's a lot of AC2s. Shit ton of AC2s. Nothing else. We'll pick these machine guns up. I've only got 2 of the tier 2 machine guns. Let's bounce back up here. And instead of getting this tier 0 stuff, but I mean, that AC, even the tier 0 AC20 and AC10, like these things are still valuable. I mean, look, I always, when I consider, like, I always aim for like 100,000 per share cost is perfect. As far as, you know, just crap to sell, you know what I mean? Just adds to the money from the mission. So again, that's 300,000, 3 points, 100,000 per point. 2 points, 200,000, 100,000 per point. Where these, you know, not so much. So I could go with those guns, but I think the actual sell price of these mechs, even the destroyed mechs, is still going to outweigh this crap here. So considering it's just vendor trash, like crap to sell, it'd be better to go ahead and, you know, even that PPC. So instead of that, I can get that Vindicator. Perfect. Oh, the 2 machine guns. I went ahead and picked up the 2 machine guns. That's fine. That works out. Because those I'll actually use versus all this other stuff just being vendor trash to sell. So even though that Vindicator, that's going to sell for more in the mech market, even destroyed, or I can use it for a mech collector turn-in for the Cantina missions. That's more valuable to sell that chassis than all this, the weapon. Like, I mean, they're all tier 0 crap. Like, so again, as far as value, the sell value of it, this Vindicator would be the best one. So again, that worked out. I got a little scared for a second. I forgot all about that Marauder. I thought all I killed was a bunch of urban mechs. And those Marauders are hard to, because I mean, again, it's when you destroy the center torso, it's iffy that it's going to show up on the salvage list. Like it doesn't always show up on the salvage list. So that just worked out. Really glad that showed up. I love Marauders. I'm going to fix that thing. I don't care if it costs a couple million. I love Marauders. And again, that's my heaviest mech at this point. So very good mission, very good find. And I know I didn't stop talking all the way through the video and only did 1 mission, but again, if you'd listened and watched all the way through, maybe you learned something. And maybe you'll be an outstanding mech commander or mech warrior. Mech commander is a different game. Anyway, thanks for watching, like, and subscribe. And go rip some heads off.